Well, great win. Great way to start off ACC play against a great Notre Dame club. I thought offensively, our guys, I don't know if we could have been much better than we were tonight. Sheehan gave us fits 2 years ago, and we were able to score 5 runs off of him and then tack on more runs. After that as well, had 2 big innings tonight. And, by a general rule of thumb, if you give up a big inning on defense, which we did in the 6th inning, you got to have 2 big innings on offense to offset it, and we did that. We scored 13 runs tonight off of 14 hits. Had just monster days by Kier, Meredith, and Bryce Teodosio. And you look at our lineup, the thing that I'm most proud of is 6 through 9 in our order scored 9 runs tonight. So we had great offensive production from everybody in the lineup, and and we needed it. The wind was blowing out. We gave up some runs ourselves, and overall, just a great way to get ACC play started off.
Hey, Coach Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. Sharp got the win, but 6 walks and 2 strikeouts for him. Not what we were used to seeing in his first 2 starts. Did he just not have the same control tonight?
Well, I thought his control was really good through 4 innings. I mean, obviously I thought actually through 5 innings, he threw the ball very well. We wanted to run him back out there in the 6th inning and let him, try to get, through, get into their order for a 3rd time. That was kind of the idea. And he struggled just locating pitches there, and we had to get him out of the game by that time. It's not an excuse. We still got to execute pitches, but the wind had kind of flipped, was blowing out to right field. And actually, to give Ammons a little bit of credit on a normal day, that ball that got out, for a grand slam, probably would have been an F9. But it was a hitter's ballpark at that point, and Jonathan French obviously took advantage of it, hit a ball out, to the same side of the field. But I think pretty much all the other balls that were hit were no doubters. Yeah, he wasn't quite as sharp as he has been. But you're going to have days like that. I thought Nick Clayton did a great job for us, and we felt like we had to go with Gilbert. In the 8th inning, they brought the top of the order back up, and we felt like we needed to do everything we could to try to stop them because they got a good offensive club as well.
Alex Dodd from the Journal and the Clemson Insider. How good is it, or how reassuring is it to see your team have a breakout offensive performance today and score runs in different ways?
Well, we're 5-2, so in 7 ball games, I think we've scored 7 runs or more. I think 4 times already. I think that's right. I'm not quite sure. So far our offense has been pretty dang potent. We've got a lot of guys in that lineup who are swinging the bat very, very well. So it just shows you the depth of our offense right now, and I'm glad we're swinging the bat, the way that we are. We need to pitch better. There's no doubt about that. I think everybody knows that, but it's like 1 inning. We got to be able to get through those middle innings. Seem to be kicking us in the teeth a little bit right now. There in the 5th and the 6th. We got to get through that threshold a little bit and break through right there. Either the starters got to be able to get us through the 5th or 6th inning, or we got that first guy out of the pen's got to be able to, shut them down a little bit. Because if we do that, we got a chance to be really good. But we're a work in progress for 7 games into the season, and so far, I like a lot of things that I'm seeing, but that's one area that we got to do a little better job of.
Coach, it's Trevor again. I thought it was interesting there in the 5th inning, just after Notre Dame tied it. You had Henderson on second with no outs. We all know you don't love the small ball, but you let Brewer swing away there, and it paid off for you. You scored the run, and then you did sack bunt with Reagan Reed to move the runners over to 2nd and 3rd, and then that paid off for you as well. But good to be able to get the sack bunt down there when you want to be able to do that.
Yeah, well, with a left-handed hitter at the plate, we want to try to let him swing the bat and pull the baseball and move the runner over. So with second base and nobody out, you have a choice to make as a manager, and that's either to bunt or let your guy try to hit behind the runner. And with a left-handed hitter and a guy like Dylan Brewer, look, guys, Dylan Brewer is one of the best. I guess he's technically a redshirt freshman, but when you look at the sophomore class across the country, there's not that many players out there that are better than he is. I mean, he's a left-handed hitter. He's an on-base machine. He can defend. He can run. I kind of trust him to swing the bat a little bit there. He's sitting in the 2-hole for a reason. So I'm going to let him swing the bat and try to move that runner right there. And he hit a line drive back up the middle. I felt like after we scored that one run, we had first and second and nobody out. We were trying to play for a big inning right there, which is why I had Reagan bunt. And obviously Wagner, got a first pitch breaking ball and hit it out of the ballpark. Next thing you know, we've got our big inning. And then we just kept tattooing baseballs, wound up scoring 7 runs in that one inning. So, look, we take a lot of pride in, I guess you call it small ball. We just call it situational baseball here. We want to be able to do a lot of things. We want to be able to hit and run, hit with 2 strikes, hit behind runners, drive runners in from third with less than 2 outs. There's certainly areas that we need to get better at, but we work on them daily, and we take pride in being a multifaceted offense.
Hey, Monte, it's Brad from Clemson SI. I want to ask you something a little bit different. I talked with Tony Elliott the other day and was talking about his passion for baseball and how important it is to him. And he mentioned he lives in a neighborhood with you and Coach Lee Croy. And I just wondered how much you talk the game of baseball with Tony, and what do you think about his just enjoyment and passion? Because he's out there rooting you guys on an awful lot.
Well, Tony Elliott is a great guy, and we've got Robbie Caldwell in the neighborhood who we see all the time. Brandon Streeter will text our whole coaching staff before a series even starts and wish us good luck. We see Tony all the time. Tony and his boys will be out in the yard playing. It's just really cool to have that kind of support. The kind of support that we get from coaches of other teams is tremendous, and it's why we support our coaches as well that coach other sports too as a baseball staff. It truly is a family environment at Clemson, so it's awesome to get that support from other coaching staffs.
Anything else, Coach?
Yeah, Coach, with you mentioned T.O. earlier, with Sam Hall out to start the season, obviously you needed T.O. to step up. He really struggled last season in the abbreviated season you had, but how pleased are you with the start he's had? He's batting .381 right now.
Well, Bryce is a guy that's an above average runner. He's the best defensive center fielder in the country. He's also a guy that works harder than anybody that I know. So when as a coach, when you're trying to decide whether, and look, Bryce has started a lot for us. We've also platooned a little bit and tried to get some left-handed hitters in there when a righty, pitches. And, Bryce takes everything in stride. If there's one thing that I can hang my hat on is nobody puts in more work to prepare themselves to play for Clemson baseball than Bryce Teodosio. So every time he does something to help us win, whether it's a good at bat or a great defensive play, it makes you really proud as a coach because of his investment in our program.
Anything else for Coach? All right. Thank you, Coach Lee.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is Bryce Teodosio. Please go ahead with questions.
Bryce, Alex Dodd from the Journal and the Clemson Insider. What's really changed for your approach at the plate between last year and this year and led to the success you've had so far?
Really, I've just tried to go up there and make it as simple as possible and just try to see the ball up and really just try to stay through the middle of the field and drive the ball. And that's really helped me. It's made my approach and just being able to see the baseball a lot easier.
Bryce, your first home run tonight of the season. Take us through that at bat.
So first off, he threw me a fastball inside, and I mean I'm pretty decent at hitting lefties. So I figured if I were to see a fastball up in the zone that I was going to be swinging. And, the biggest thing for me is just going up there and trying to be as relaxed as possible. And like I said, see the ball up, and it's been paying off for me. I've worked really hard on my approach, and really, really glad that we got this win as a team.
Bryce, when you knew that Sam Hall was injured and he was going to miss the start of the season, did you feel any added sense of urgency or pressure, knowing that you were the guy and that you were going to have to step it up offensively?
Not really. I mean, me and Sam are roommates. We're best friends, and that's just our relationship. Is we've got a really good relationship, and I trust in him. He trusts in me, and there's really no pressure. I've played with the guy for 3 years now, so my mindset just I try to stay as consistent as possible with my mindset.
Anything else for Bryce?
And Bryce, what can you tell us about just the raw power of Caden Grice? Obviously is unique for a freshman. 3 home runs in the last 2 games for him, but we heard about his power during the offseason. But how much are you taken aback by it?
Yeah, I've never really seen anything like it, to be honest. The guy hits balls oppo that are, over the scoreboard and BP and in practice and whatnot. So it's pretty impressive, and he's definitely a great player.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, Bryce.
Thanks to you.
Okay, last up is Kier Meredith. Please go ahead with questions.
Kier, Alex Dodd from the Journal and the Clemson Insider. How rewarding is it for you to come out and match a career high after missing some time at the beginning of the year?
Extremely rewarding. I definitely missed some time. I try to come out and have a lot of fun tonight, and just let the chips fall where they may. It worked out well for me tonight.
Kier, Trevor Groves from CUTigers.com. How excruciating was it for you to watch the South Carolina series from the dugout, and how good did it feel to be able to get back out in left field tonight?
Yeah, it sucked. You never want to watch a game or a series from the dugout, especially a rivalry like that one. I wish I could have been out there with the guys, but it is what it is. It happened and it's over with. But tonight was extremely fun, and it was. I was just glad I was able to get back out there tonight.
I think a lot of people might be surprised by just the number of guys that have hit home run. I think you have 6 different players have hit home runs already. That does not include yourself yet. You've just played 2 games, and Davis Sharp hasn't hit one yet. Hawkins hasn't hit one yet. But I think a lot of people might have wondered where the power was going to come from with this team. Did you see this in the offseason? Did you see this coming?
Yeah, for sure. We don't try to hit home runs here. We try to hit line drives all over the field. But we've got some guys with some serious pop in their bat. So it was no surprise at all. I definitely can say I saw this coming this fall.
Anything else for Kier? All right. Thanks, Kier. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.